Hello, I'm sure not many of you know Ghana in West Africa. March 6, 1957 was a special day in the history of Ghana. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah attained independence for Ghana from the British colonization. According to cultures of the world, Ghana was known as the Gold Coast. Then it became Ghana after the independence. This year marked the 58th year anniversary. Today, I'm going to tell you about the life of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, an important person in the history of Ghana. Telling you about this person, I want you to know his great contribution to the history and formation of Ghana. I am a Ghanaian, and I'm privileged to share my story with you. First, I will outline the history of Ghana together with Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's life. Then I explore some of his great contributions and achievements. Finally, I introduce you to some cultural aspects of Ghana. Let me introduce you to the history of Ghana. As reported in the EBSCO host of March 1st, 2007, the Portuguese arrived in Ghana in 1471 in search for gold. They built castles in most areas in Ghana. In 1637, labor was needed for the French and English plantation. So the Portuguese started exporting slaves to the French and English colonies. The castles were built around the shores of Ghana. So the castles became like the home and the delivery port for the slaves. The cultures of the world says that during the 17th century, the English, Germans, and the Dutch also arrived in Ghana, and they built forts along the shores of Ghana. In the 20th century, Ghana was already a British colony. Cultures of the world stated that, in some ways, the British brought peace and advancement in Ghana, but it cannot be compared to the profit they derived from Ghana. Ghana has 10 regions, and each region has its local dialects, which makes them identifiable. The capital city of Ghana is Accra, which is the largest city in Ghana. Now, let me tell you about the life of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the role he played in Ghana's history. Kwame Nkrumah was born on 21st September, somewhere in the western region of Ghana. He had most of his education in Ghana and later became a teacher in one of the high schools in Ghana. In 1935, Nkrumah left Gold Coast to England and later moved to the States. He had his bachelor's in art degree at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. In 1947, Nkrumah returned to Ghana and decided that Ghana needed self-government now. So with the help of his friends, they formed a political party known as the CPP, or Conventions People's Party. On 6 March 1957, the battle for freedom was won and Ghana became an independent country. Hooray! Let me brief you on some of his great achievements. Ghana under Kwame Nkrumah made all the ethnic groups saw themselves as one people with one common destiny. He established schools, roads, hospitals, and social services. He built a dam for the generation of light, which is still in use. His birthday is a national holiday, which is celebrated by all Ghanaians. Now that I've told you about some of his life and his great achievements, let's move to some cultural aspects of Ghana. In Ghana, Our traditional attire is the kente and African print, which are worn during formal functions or ceremonies, or regular attire. Others to dress the Western way. In Ghana, we love music and dance. And the main types of music we have is the high life, hip life, and the gospel. We also have different types of foods, and each of the 10 regions have their main food. Ghanaians are noted for wearing beads around the waist, which makes them monitor the weight around their waist and also keeps the woman in shape. I have introduced you to the history and location of Ghana, the life and achievement of Kwame Nkrumah, and final some cultural aspects of Ghana. I just want to say that Africans are rich in happiness despite our struggles. We are always laughing and smiling, shaking hands and never let go, shouting on top of our voices when excited. But only a few outsiders understand. They're doing so, I'm proud of them, and I'm proud to be an African.